Good morning, guys. How are you? I'm a little bit of a late start. We've been up plenty of time to do the devotion. Well, at least I have. This one didn't want to get up, and then when she did get up and take a shower, it's too hot. We're all sticky and nasty, so we decided to go jump in the canal. That's why we're a little late, about 20 minutes late, but it is what it is. We're late every now and then. Better to be late than sorry, right? Or better to be late than never show up at all.
Morning,
So,
Indiana.
good morning from Indiana.
Susan, morning.
We're gonna. Yesterday we had a lot of problems trying to get it to the hour mark for the devotion hour. So let's try. Or we're gonna probably try about 30 minutes or so. Anyway, we didn't we didn't even look at the deal.
Oh no, we didn't.
Yeah, I had a couple of questions that came in, and I'd like to start out with those. Let's see, it was like John 14. I can't think of what the number was, but one of them said that, or asked me if I believe firmly in the John 14:32 or something or another. But it says, I say unto you, believe in the Lord with all your heart. I like it better when I have my notes. Anyhow, yes, I do believe that firmly. That through him we shall be saved. Yeah, God had intended on. If you read the Bible and read it with the literal meaning, you'll understand that that God seen that the world was getting really bad and decided He wanted to get rid of it, and that was when Jesus came to save us from all that. So, within Him is where our salvation lies. Okay, I'm not sure who these 12-wheelers are, but this has been nonsense. Since 3 o'clock this morning, they've been coming through here. Anyway, for today, Isaiah 41:10. Huh?
Shorts are cold.
I know, that's why I left mine on. I was like, I don't care if I'm soaking everything or not. Got out of that cold water.
I do care because you'll stain up the furniture.
Yeah. I'm not sitting down.
But you're in your own chair, so I can't say nothing.
Yeah, this chair's fixing to go, and that chair's fixing to come in its place. Anyway, has everybody got that one? Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. If you think about what it's saying, it says, do not fear. It's the same as the old saying, do not fear, except for fear itself. It means that, you have enough faith, you have enough faith in God, and you should not fear anything with it. You can't fear any trespassers or any evil people or anything, because with God on your side, who can be against you? It says, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you. If you know you've got God, you won't be looking all over for your salvation. You'll be looking around for knowledge, but anyway, and he assures you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you, and surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. He's there to protect you. He'll protect you with everything that is within his plan. You know, he has a divine plan for all of us, and as long as we're within that divine plan, we have nothing to worry about. And you know when you're in the right path. You know it, and it mainly because a lot of it gets harder. It's not easy to do right and to try to be right. Everything gets quite a bit harder, and that's mainly because the devil wants to tempt you that much more. And it gets pretty difficult. Trust me, I do a lot of that, what I call getting in the flesh. When you get really hot tempered about something or get mad about something, you know, that you really should handle a lot easier and stuff. It's what I like to call getting in the flesh, and everybody does that. You know, but you're supposed to heed to the anger and not
There goes the battery.
not let it get to you.
There goes the battery. Hear the pump going down. It's draining the battery.
Yeah, the batteries. I don't know what's going on with that thing.
That's.
I think that pump's been left on or something a time or two. Anyway,
We do not run around with snakes and praying.
it doesn't put you through anything you can't handle, and you're right. Sometimes you have to sit back and wonder, man, does God think I'm Superman or something? This is crazy. But I've learned that one the hard way. No matter how crazy it sounds, hey, I've been through some weird crap, crazy crap, and I know a lot of you have too, and I'm still here. And if anything, I'm stronger than I was before.
Yeah, everything that he's put me through has made me stronger.
Yeah,
I
and
should
during the
be-
time that he's putting you through it, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like you're losing the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know, I've felt that way with this, with even here with the camp. You know, I've had a few times where we were majorly taken advantage of, and things like that. And it's in times like that that you're trying to help people, and you're trying to do your best, and you're praying for them, and you're trying to lead by a good example, and yet they're still doing you that way. And it, you know, I've had them literally just get up and get right in my face, mad, because they don't like, you know, they're begging for help and they're asking me for help, but then they don't like the way I help them. And, you know, and it becomes really hard on you, things like that. And the worst torment that a lot of people are put through is losing loved ones. And that's harsh. It really is, and it stays with you for a long time. But you go through it. You make it through there, and as long as you don't end up with a lot of bitterness because of it, you know, then you're still on the right path.
I was bitter.
Huh?
I was.
Yeah,
bitter.
you were bitter for a long while. I think everybody got a little bitter on that one. It bothered me so bad I couldn't even go to the funeral. But nevertheless, you know, God puts you through things for reasons, and we never understand why. I usually say that most of the time you don't understand why, but we never seem to fully understand why. Never do. Not until it actually comes through and it's done. When
Hey everyone, God bless you.
when you're trying to follow and trying to follow the path, there's a lot of stepping stones that get thrown in front of you, and that's just the devil messing with you.
Yeah.
And you just have to. That's where we all stick together. We all really need to stick together. There's a song on my playlist that it has a verse in there that actually just it really bothers me, or doesn't bother me, but it touches me every time I hear it. You know, when we're climbing up on that mountain and you turn back and see me struggling trying to make it along, you lift my name up to Jesus. Let's help each other make it home. And it's true, you know, when you're going through that struggle, or if you see someone else, your fellow brother or sister, you know, and not literal brother and sister, but if that's the case, then that too, you know. But you know, the ones around you, you see them stumbling and you see them having trouble or whatever, help them. If nothing more than just a prayer, help them. You know, it's the right thing to do. And anyway, that's a really good verse. I like that. Y'all think about that one. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you, and surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Keep that in mind when you're dealing with people that are having problems. Make sure they understand that. Make sure they know that. And, you know, and it might make things easier for them. Because a lot of people that are going through these trials and tribulations that everyone goes through, they don't understand fully the fact that God is there for you. And, you know, as long as it's within God's will, if you ask, you shall receive. You know, I mean, I'm not saying to go and ask for a $40,000 vehicle, but if you need transportation, God will provide. Trust me. We've been afoot for a while. Every time we need transportation, somebody pops up and we've got a ride. You know, and I mean, sure, everybody would love something bigger and better. I would like to just have a vehicle. But, you know, to be more precise, I would absolutely love a brand new one. But it's not necessary. God provides everything you need. If I need something bad enough, God will provide it for me. And I have faith in that. And, you know, with that, a lot of people don't understand the power of God and that He works in a mysterious way. You might not get exactly what you want, but you'll get what you need. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to reassure people and tell them that, you know, God is there for you. So anyway, Isaiah 41:10. Read it over, think about it, let it sink in. And all right. Does anybody have any questions or anything? 14 minutes, really? Yeah. Sometimes some of the best messages are in short passages, huh? Yeah. I think that was enough for itself there. I have nothing else to add to it. There's some links for you to use for your morning devotion. All right, Ron. Ron just messaged me and said that I guess he sent me some links to use for the devotion. We're gonna play around today. We're gonna
Very challenging.
We're going to try some new things with the laptop and stuff, and with the camera and everything that we got. I got a camera with a card in it, and then we've got this. We've got the camera on the phone and everything. We're going to take a bunch of pictures, and we're going to try to see if we can alter the pictures and make neat little, neat pictures like you send on Facebook or something, and have them in our deal so that we can put them for the thumbnails. Have one that's for the devotion hour, which I think the name of this one was better. Instead of just daily devotion, I put Shepherd's Devotion. I thought it was a good idea, and it seems good. I got less people today, but hey, doesn't matter as long as the ones that are in here want to hear the word of God, then we're good. The ones that don't, wait around. We'll have Wake and Bake in a little while. We ain't got nothing to do with. I don't preach a lot during Wake and Bake, so stay tuned for that. True, I got a roof over my head. My belly is full. I have the basics. Greed is dangerous.
Yes.
I fight daily with that I need or what I want. You're right, and honestly, if you stop and think about it, you have more than you actually need. You actually have more than you need. Because if you look, you have a roof over your head. There's people that live underneath the stars every day that prove the fact you don't need it. So you are blessed even more there. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, blessings. They think, okay, well, I've got everything here, so I'm waiting on a blessing. Oh, wait a minute, look around. You are blessed everywhere around you. You already have your blessing. I need your email for PayPal. PayPal's on the About link. Yeah, it's on the About link. If not, do you have your phone? He can send it here in a little bit. Anyway, you look around. You have a house. You have a roof over your head. That's more than a lot of people do. Look around again. You notice that you have a kitchen. So you have a nice place to eat food where your dirt ain't thrown in it and everything else. We can speak from experience. That doesn't work here. We eat more dirt than we do food. I'm sure of it. But you have that. And in that kitchen, you have an icebox, which you have food for later. You have snacks, and you probably have dinner and probably food for the next couple of days.
Yes, John.
God provides every which way. And there's plenty of people out here that live on a lot less. And that is proof in itself that you don't have to have everything that you have. Everything that you've given is a blessing. I'm not saying get rid of your icebox, get rid of your house. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying look around at the blessings that you have around you. I look around and I see a very diverse group of people that are in our home at all times, and we watch them grow in a spiritual sense. And we all get along, and we all have different opinions, all have different values. There's things that I say on a regular basis that some of these guys are probably just rolling their head and shaking their head and walking off, because they don't believe the same way with that. And that's fine. And we all get along great. That is a blessing in itself. They can, we all work together as a family. We have running water. It ain't the same as what you got in a house, but we have running water. We have
that filtered water tastes better.
That filtered water tastes better than any city water, right? Yeah,
it's definitely Nyland's water.
Yeah, definitely better than Nyland's water. But and we were blessed with that. Somebody just donated us the filter.
Awesome.
We've been wanting a projector to make movie nights and stuff here. We ended up with a flat screen TV and an Xbox. I think Bubba is reaping more of the benefits off of that and more of the blessings off of that than anyone else in the camp, because he's stuck on video games. But nevertheless, blessings are blessings in their own way.
There was like 5 or 6 of us out here that one night, and you had the Grand Theft Auto, and we're just, each one of us is passing the controller along until we die, and then we pass it to the next person.
Pass it to the next person. See, everybody's, it's they act like a bunch of kids, but at the same time, they're a little better at sharing. They're a little better at sharing than most kids. But yeah, I mean, we have I mean, yeah, we have everything we absolutely need. A lot of things that we want, and
Hi, Ron.
we're always blessed. And hey, Ron, we got your message. I can't wait to look at the at what you got there. I can't look at it while I'm on the, and because she doesn't have the computer out here, she's not following the comments. She's reading them on this. We'll do that for the wake and bake, I'm sure, because we'll be up and moving around and stuff. So, but anyway, look, watch that hole.
That's one of them bugs.
Yeah,
right
watch
there.
that hole. Oh, the bug done crawled out of it. It's cool how that something that small could throw that much dirt out of a hole. Let's see. I miss company. I'm isolated. Oh, man.
The gas yesterday.
Nobody got gas yesterday?
No, it was in the truck, but nobody filled it.
Uh-oh.
Well, thank you.
We out of water any minute.
Yeah, see,
Oh, the
Damn,
tank's gotta be filled.
see,
again.
even in that,
Going to
well,
town at 8.
let's see.
Nobody wants to go.
Spiritual connection here with all of you. There is no
Benny? Huh? Benny?
coincidence that I'm always attracted to your channel. You know,
That's awesome.
and we're talking about blessings, but look at it.
You're really.
You feel like you're isolated, and it's not. Maybe the isolation is what God intended for you to do for a little while, and
I mean, I don't know.
sometimes it takes isolation to find yourself, and you have to find yourself before you can find God. You really have to find yourself first, in order to really understand
It's just something about
God,
animals to me.
literally.
Always had this
And
I don't
you know,
thing about them.
if you look at it from the different standpoint, you're actually blessed beyond comprehension, because you have plenty of time for one-on-one with God, and you have plenty of time to find yourself. So then when you get back into where you're not isolated anymore, you'll have a whole different outlook on people and life and everything. And it's really, it's a magical thing. I literally isolated myself there in Oklahoma when I fell back and I started off on everything, and I was messing around with a lot of stuff I shouldn't have. I am 6 years clean, so I'm very proud of that. Actually getting that 7 years clean now, ain't it?
Right
Yeah.
on, Tommy.
And I'm very proud of that. I slipped. I got away from God, and I went the exact opposite path. And I was on a path of self-destruction. And if it wasn't for me isolating myself and doing what if you hear a lot of me referring to the fact that I have fought my demons, I don't need to fight any more of them right now. Where that comes from is me fighting my demons there. When you're coming down off of all kinds of drugs that it literally cooks your brain by raising your body temperature so much that where it cooks your brain and stuff. And you should not quit all them kind of drugs without any kind of help whatsoever. It's really actually very unhealthy to do that. But nevertheless, honestly, I think is what it was I was close to death, because I was literally killing myself by not seeking medical attention from it. But nevertheless, it ended up a spiritual battle in my mind that still to this day, I understand that I wasn't literally fighting demons, but in my mind at that time I was. And it took that being isolated to do that, and to completely just literally just rid myself of any want or desire for things that are so unclean.
Yeah.
So there's for the one that was asking, RLF is our moderator. He's the one that just put up the PayPal. Not sure. Hey, I don't know why the PayPal link itself is all capitalized. I don't think it's supposed to be, is it?
It's not capitalized.
No, I put PayPal, then I put semicolon.
Yeah,
semicolon,
PayPal.me
and then I put it.
and then the name is it Thomas Edison? Or is
Yeah,
it?
it is.
It is?
Lowercase.
It is. Lowercase is Thomas, not Tommy.
Thomas
Thomas
Elston.
Elston.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess that's the PayPal there. Well, there you go.
Man, I hate that auto.
Hey, Dog Lips, how are you?
Dog lips.
You decided to jump in on the devotion hour. Wonderful, wonderful. Everyone needs a little things to ponder.
Yeah.
You know, a pondering man is a wise man.
Perkins better.
So take that as advice. Ponder, ponder, and then ponder some more. Really, seriously, take something that somebody is telling you and ponder about it. Think about it. Wonder about it. Strive to understand it. When it works right in your head, then be thankful for the blessing and move on to another topic.
Hey, Benucci.
And I never say anything to him because I can't ever say the name.
Benici.
Vinici? Hey, Vinici, sorry I haven't ever answered you, but I sit there and stumble over how to say it. Is that what it is? Vinici?
Yeah, it's Italian.
Italian. I'm actually Greek. Did you know
I'm
that?
super happy. That is awesome.
What?
Is there any sodas?
If there is, it would be in the stash deal in there. And
Will
I
you bring us one?
haven't had any. I know she's had a Mountain Dew.
I've had
So
two.
there should be
I've
plenty
had
in it.
two out of there.
I
I
would-
had one last night.
I would
and I
love
had this
one. I
morning.
don't really care what it is, but something cold to drink would be beautiful.
And we can share it.
Give that man a blunt. Laugh out loud. Give which man a blunt? Who, me? Oh, I got plenty of weed. We just I have no problem with smoking, but we do all the smoking with on the wake and bake.
Is that
On the morning
Yeah,
devotion.
I'll take one.
I
don't care.
It's kind of to each their own on what they decide that they like. There is a few people that don't think that smoking is appropriate, during that, which I think is crap. I mean, me, I feel confident enough that, if it wouldn't offend everybody else, I would walk into the doors of a church, sit down and smoke a joint and not think nothing of it. I don't think it's wrong whatsoever, but out of respect for everybody, if I smoke, I smoke, but we're not going to emphasize on any of it during the morning devotion. If we smoke, we smoke. That's great. If you see me with a joint, or if you see me hit the bong or something, then I just do, no problem.
Yep.
But and that's because I have the right to
I don't
believe the way I believe on that. But we're not going to emphasize on it for the ones that don't like that too much.
Oh, did you?
That's what Wake and Bake is for. The Wake and Bake show is basically wrapped up around smoking. So what good is that gonna do? I ain't got no hair to cut. Quit now. You're gonna end up making my hair do a little uneven. Anyway, what I'm saying though
That's
is more Wake and Bake is somewhere around 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. We're gonna have to get
Yeah,
these schedules
Benici-
down right.
Benici
I am not gonna
said,
sit there for an hour and then go back to Wake and Bake.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Wake and Bake usually lasts an hour, but this one's only supposed to last 30 minutes now. We're right at time to cut it. I figure about 8:30 probably will be Wake and Bake, which I'm sure most of us will all be baked already. But hey,
Here.
here. Yeah. Anyway,
Benici said you said his name right.
I did. Vinici?
Benici.
Vinici. All right. Good deal.
We can
Benicia.
think of Mario Brothers.
Benicia.
There you go.
You can talk about the Lord anytime, anywhere. Yes, and I will. I have every intention on it. I'm just saying that wake and bake. I don't focus too much on the preachy party side or whatever you call it.
You have a
Can
long
you
hair.
please not put them scissors that close to my face?
It's
Holy
like your
crap,
thread.
man! I just seen that thing going right for my eyeball. You're gonna poke your eye out. Give me them things. Holy crap! You're gonna poke my eye out.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Oh man, didn't I have a
Some of the
cigarette
worst things are done
accidentally?
accidentally.
Falling in love with me.
And some of the worst things are done with good intentions. You have to think about your intentions too. That's a very true statement. Some
Did
of
I
the worst
smoke
things
that
are done
cigarette?
with good intentions.
Yep. You punched your sister in the face. I'm sorry, Mom.
You know what I told my kids?
Well,
As long as you do
I
it
meant to hit her
lovingly,
forehead.
You do it lovingly.
I was trying to pray for her.
No, I told Elizabeth. She's like, she got mad at Madison.
Hey,
and
the
she's like,
Bible
"I'm about
says to
choke
lay
you."
hands on the wicked.
I was like, as long as you're doing it lovingly, then I'm not going to get it. You know,
I-
it's okay.
I seen a preacher
You
do
can do
this.
it. Do it lovingly.
I kid you not, man. We were at church and this guy come
Did I
in.
seriously
What are you
smoke
looking-
that cigarette?
This guy come in.
I did too.
This guy come in, and
I
now
don't
that
even remember doing it.
look, now that I think back and think about it, you know that the preacher was all wrong any which way. But this guy come up and went up to the pulpit and started talking all kind of weird stuff. Kind of like that crazy guy that was here yesterday, right? He started talking all kind of crazy stuff. And the preacher
I don't remember smoking it, but I guess
decides that he's going to try to pray for him. Well, this guy got a little violent. Preacher grabbed that dude and dragged him out of the church in front of us all. And we all come out there and he said, God says to lay hands on the wicked. And about that time, he grabbed that dude by his throat and threw him. And I was like, I do not think that's what they meant in the Bible when they said lay hands on the wicked.
Wife shot you in the leg.
That
Did
dude,
you
man,
deserve it?
he come unglued. That preacher did. That was the last time I ever went to that church. I seen that. And I was like, the first thought that was crossing my mind.
What
I was
did you
like,
do to
dude, you
deserve her
can't
to
treat
treat
somebody
you?
like that, you know. But it's sad, but that happens, you know. And he was intending.
A reminder cigarette.
After talking to him,
I
after
don't
talking to
remember
him later, he
smoking
had
that
good
one.
intentions on it, but
Smoking that one. That's
he
a
just-
reminder
She was
cigarette.
last one.
let it go too far. I love it when people don't and they
I didn't
catch
smoke
you in the
the
middle of a
cigarettes, I just
conversation and say, "Yep." Now listen, type thing. Hey, how are y'all? Attention spans.
said, I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever.
Philly.
Y'all
Been
say I got
more-
bad attention span.
My relationship with God has been
Philly. 82. Philly.
stronger now than ever in my life. He's always been there, but I've never sought after him.
Billy,
As much as I do
by
now.
Westchester.
There isn't a moment of the day that I'm not praying or walking off and reading
You know-
the Bible or having my moment with him.
And a lot of that,
But I hated him for years.
yeah.
I blamed him for everything.
A lot of people do. They blame
What's up, beautiful?
on everything that tragic happens. You know, they blame that on God. And there's reasons for it. We don't understand, and we can't, and don't seem to understand it. I can't figure out how to understand it.
Yeah,
But there's reasons, and
it took me 4 years to realize that
Yeah.
it wasn't his fault.
yeah, and I've always been curious about that. I've never understood that one, but at the same time, my faith in God and my understanding in that helps me to understand that there is a reason for everything. But you know, it is really hard for people, you know, especially ones that have loved ones taken away from them. You know, and it's hard for them to understand that things are done the way they're meant to be done for a reason. And yeah, it's really, really hard to understand that. And it's got to be. trust me, I've
Nobody wants to live in my head. I'm just saying.
Here. Me too.
yeah.
I have daily struggles with that.
Yeah. We all do with that one. That one still bothers me bad.
Morning, Joanna.
Literally. Yeah, it bothers me every time I see the picture or anything. So I can only imagine how bad that bothers you. In case y'all haven't figured out, how many years ago it's been now?
2013.
2013, we lost Joseph, which is her only son there. It was a tragic ordeal. And it makes you stop and you can't help but ask, what is the reason for that? But you have to have faith and just understanding that we have a loving God, and there's got to be a reason for it. And considering how messed up this world is, honestly, he's in a better place. No doubt in my mind. This world is, and the old church song, this world is not my home, I'm just passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our faiths are divided way among the blue.
Our faiths are divided in ways among the blue.
No, way above.
Way above the blue. Is that the rest of that song, the next verse or something? You know that song? I've always wondered what the next verse was on that one. It's a good one. But
Yeah. My son was 12.
yeah, he was Bubba's best friend. Yeah, we all miss him very much. Anyway, another topic, please.
I don't know.
Sometimes
do you know where Ron is located at?
Ron,
Is
or
in-
the Ron on here where
Yeah,
he's located.
he
he's
said that-
he's on the East Coast, North Carolina, I believe. South Carolina, North Carolina. One of them Carolinas.
Okay. No, he was talking about some storm that was going over them and said it was heading towards us. Shit, that's a long ways off.
That's the song my granny sang on her deathbed.
World is not my home, mine just passing.
Blue, get over here. Hey.
It was a single car accident. The driver was drunk. I let him stay with a friend, and the friend's parents decided to get drunk, and all of their friends decided to take the kids to the lake.
Had them all in the vehicle, bouncing around with no seat belts, and
Hey, buddy.
flipped the vehicle, and a couple of the other kids were in there too. So
I almost
Yeah,
lost two that day. My oldest was in that wreck.
very traumatic towards the other kids. The other ones, they still really haven't snapped back from that one.
Mm-mm.
Leah's really, you can tell she's really struggling with it. And Maddie, you can really tell she struggles with it all the time. Elizabeth, I don't know.
She's in and out of the mental hospital.
Yeah, she's. You can tell it's it has affected her tremendously. It is. Things like that impact the whole family and all the friends and everyone involved. And it's tragic, but you have to have faith in the fact that everything is for a reason. Everything is. Anyway. So, I would say subject change, but it looks like we're 10 minutes over what we talked about. So, we're going to go ahead and end the devotion. I'd say maybe a little time of silence for those of you that need silence for prayer.
Okay.
I believe, yeah. Take a few moments of silence for prayer and sign out, and we'll see you on the Wake and Bake. Quote from RLS. Love for today, for tomorrow is may never come.
Yeah. Infusions on Monday.
Infusions on Monday. Oh wow.
Definitely
be on our prayers.
Charles Tilla.
Charles Tell is live again. I wouldn't mind checking his out. He's the one that is very adamantly about not liking me too much. I'm actually in these feeds a lot more than what you think I am. Just like I was in Voodoo Ninja's feed last night when he was talking about he really didn't like me, and I was pushing prayer on him and something or another. I seen him. I see a lot of what y'all are talking about. I think it's kind of funny because it's just misunderstood. I'm not pushing prayer on anyone, and it does not believe that way. They don't have, they don't have to. They don't have to watch and be a part of it or at all. I'm not buying, and that's why you have a button on your phone that links you to this video that you have to push in order to see the video.
It's your choice to watch it.
So it's your choice to watch it. I'm not forcing anybody into prayer. But you come into this channel and you speak anything, I see your name, you're automatically in my prayers. And everyone that I don't see is in my prayers also. So, I try to pray for everyone. Trust me, the ones I see are the ones right there in my mind, and those are the ones. So it happens anyway. So yeah, maybe go and check out his feed. That would be neat. But we're gonna sign off. Thank you guys very much for making the Shepherd's Devotion something worth doing. I was kind of toying with the notion of doing this, and I like the idea, but at the same time, I don't want to push my beliefs on anyone. That's why I'm very adamant about telling everyone you have to seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Look things up. When I quote a scripture, do yourself a favor. Read a couple of scriptures before it. Read a couple of scriptures behind it. Make sure you understand exactly what that scripture means. If you get a different understanding than I do, then great. Tell me what the understanding is that you got. I'm always willing to listen. And I'll study and figure that out. Love you guys. God bless.